Right, moving on from our larger muscle groups now down to the smaller ones. We've worked the muscles in the back, we've worked the muscles in the chest. Now let's go on to the smaller muscle groups that have also been working with both the back and the chest. So they're already warmed up and pumped, biceps and triceps. Now again, a few different exercises that I'm going to show you that you can do just with a simple bar. And then I'm going to show you some variations, modifications that you can step up the level or step them down, depending on your experience and your intensity. First one, biceps. Real simple one here, just a pull-up again, but focusing more on the bicep. Watch. Right, not too dissimilar from that close grip underhand pull-up we were doing for the inner back, except on this one, my hands were about shoulder width apart, you see. So again, biomechanically, my body is in line, and my biceps are having to do most of the work, contracting to lift my body weight up. Now, in terms of tempo and momentum, as you saw, I was keeping good control throughout that full range of movement. I was not letting my body drop down and then swinging it back up, as you probably see most people do in the gym. Sure, you might get a few more repetitions by doing that way, but I can guarantee you're not working the muscle any harder. So even if you only start off by doing 3 or 4 of your own body weight, you can maybe get someone to help by holding the bottom part of your leg, just where the shoelaces are, and as you start to tire, they can take some of that pressure off you and help lift up, like a fireman's lift. So if you're training with a spotting partner or with a friend, get them to do this towards the end of your set, and you should find you can get a few more repetitions out than if you were lifting on your own. Now, a variation we can do with this is, again, using the suspension straps, rope, or cables. Let me show you. Wow, that's a great exercise to isolate the biceps. Now, you heard me mention compound and a fundamental movement earlier. What's the difference? Well, a compound movement works many different muscles over a joint. So by doing a pull-up, we're working around our shoulders, our elbows, even the wrists as well, having to stabilize this, and the core is working a lot. Same as a squat or a deadlift, working across the hip and knee joint. Isolating a particular muscle means just that. We're just working a single muscle group. So you could see there my whole body was fairly rigid, and I'm just pivoting on my feet. If anything, keeping my toes up so my whole body can remain as rigid as possible, and therefore only my biceps are really working to pull the whole of my body closer. Instead of pulling the weight towards me, my body is acting as the weight. So I'm close to 80 kilograms. That's nearly 80 kilograms that I'm having to leverage upwards. That's a lot of work for my biceps. 8 or 10 reps using that is pretty much the same as doing a 60 or 50 kilogram barbell curl. You soon get a good pump. Who says you need free weights in a gym to be able to sculpt, define, and tone your body? I guarantee if you can do 10 to 12 of those with your own body weight, and again, you can shift your positioning on the feet, the closer I come under that pivotal point, the harder it is that my muscles have to work. Now, let's move on to the triceps, and I'll show you a few variations for the back of the arms.